Welcome to I'm an Asset podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Breanne Smith.
And I'm my co-host.
Your co-host.
I'm a co-host, Michael Wilson.
And we're so excited you're joining us again today. This is Michael's new series. We're going to follow him this year on his senior track. He's got an athletic perspective where he's interested in playing soccer in college. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about that process. Let's start off with how you have prepared yourself recruiting wise up to this point. Like you're a senior now, but you've been planning and working through the recruiting process for some time. So what are some of the things that you do to plan?
I have that NCSA. I actually don't know what it stands for. I think it stands for something, but we have a guy that keeps up with us and makes sure that we know like what to do and keeps us on track, and probably gonna make a meeting with him soon. I think he helps us a lot. And then just the whole website itself, it gives you, the coaches will send you emails for camps that are available to you, where they are, how much they are. They're very good about sending you a bunch of information. So you have a lot of colleges that are sending you a lot of information, and you just have a lot of opportunities to go and explore. So that's very helpful. And then of course, with the help from I think his name Malik. I don't know if we can name drop on this podcast, but he has given me a few like guides, like for emails especially. That's a huge thing. Coaches really like emails. And then so he's giving me an email, like a how-to. I got a template for that. And then I also got, they will edit your highlight video. So you send them a bunch of clips from games and stuff, and they'll edit them together and make a highlight video for you. And emails and highlight videos are extremely important, because if you can't get to a camp to let them see you, that's like the number one way to get your name out there. And you got to do a really good job too. You got to stand out, because they're getting hundreds, thousands, probably emails every day from athletes. So you got to stand out. So I think that's very important.
So NCSA is like a membership program we've been a part of for probably 3 years. I mean, it's been a while. And you also have some search tools. They have a website that you can log into, and you can do some searches on schools. So you can also research different colleges, what division their soccer teams are,
what conference they're playing
what
in,
conference, who the coaches' names, and camps and such. And you're also in there. You have a profile, so they can see information about you. It's a way to connect an athlete, not just soccer players, but an athlete to a school looking for athletes. And so you've been a part of that. You've been working through with the coach on different processes. Can you tell me a little bit about the divisions? Because, you know, I tell people all the time, he wants to play D1 soccer. What does that really mean, though?
D1 soccer, Division I colleges. This is how I have understood it, because I go to a lot of camps and we get a lot of time to ask questions, and they get a lot of time to answer. So basically what I've gotten is Division I, Division II, Division III. I mean, of course, the level is going to be a little different. Like Division III is, I mean, they could beat a Division II team or could beat a Division I team. Most of the time, I'd say, I mean, and this is a Division I team would beat a Division III team most of the time, because they have more money, they get more scholarships, they get a lot more players, better players are willing to play for them. But I would say they're very similar skill level wise. But the main difference is the scholarships, like the money they can give out, the money that they just have in general, like their
The program,
their fields, their gyms, their equipment, their facilities. Yeah, the facility, that's the word. They're just going to be a lot nicer, and then they're going to probably have a lot more opportunities, probably in the, or whatever you want to study, like major wise. They'll probably have more majors. But I mean, really, skill, like competition wise, I'd say they're pretty similar. But I think the main reason that is because a lot of foreign players they struggle to get like the academic scholarships, and I think they just have a better, they're able to get into those smaller colleges because they have lower scores, so they're just able to get in, and then they'll just pay their way through. But they're also going to be playing. So I just think it's a lot of like a lot. The Division 3 is probably for people who have lower. I don't know. I think that's how I've gotten it. I'm not 100% sure.
I don't know that that's completely accurate. I do think it also has to do with your network and who you know too, because you could be, and I've heard this, tell me if I'm wrong. I've heard that you can be D1 athlete ready, but not get into a program because you either haven't been seen enough, haven't, gotten to the right connection or not.
Oh yeah,
made it
definitely.
right.
Like I was saying, like if you got to go to the camps, you got to send these emails. If you're not doing that, you're definitely not going to be able to. I mean, that's something I struggle with, which is why I'm trying to do it a lot more. But you're not, if you don't do the stuff that 99% of the people aren't going to do, you're not going to be able to play D1. So a lot of these, I don't know, a lot of people probably are just getting recruited late. I'd say that's probably what Division 3, Division 2 are. Is like they started taking recruiting seriously at the last minute, and then maybe that's what it is too. But I don't know. It's just I'd say the skills a lot are the same. It's just the facilities is probably the main big difference between the D1, D2, and D3, and then of course you got NAIA and JUCO and community colleges and stuff like that.
So I think probably looking at the different division levels and colleges is going to be something we talk about a lot, because you also have a particular fields that you're interested in. So you do want to pick a college that has the soccer team connection, and you feel like that's where you want to go on the soccer field, but then also it's got the career, the major, the teaching piece.
UAB is a lot like that. South Carolina was a really good example of that. I think Virginia Tech, which is where I'm going this weekend, it's in Atlanta, but I'm sure it's got a great campus. I mean, the bigger the school, usually also probably the better the life around the school is. Like the restaurants, the shopping, the just things to do when you're not in school. Because we went to Georgia Southern one time, and it was just, which is a D1 school, but it was really out in the middle of nowhere, I felt like, and there really wasn't anything to do. So I feel like there's an attractiveness there to school, like for players wanting to go play at a school, is what is there to do as well. South Carolina was probably my favorite. But
Columbia.
I was in Columbia, which is their capital, which is really cool.
We had a really fun time in Columbia. So I want to pivot back to the camps that you're talking about, because the NCSA membership that you have makes the connections, but you actually have to go and meet and show teams what you can do. And so you've been going to camps for a couple of years, and you went to one last year, which is a 1-day camp. And then you're going to one, last weekend. You went to one last weekend, and you're going to one this weekend, but it's a 2-day camp.
Yes.
So what's the difference between a 1-day and a 2-day camp, and what are some different things that you do at these camps?
I honestly, there's not, I think 1-day camps are better. I mean, you get more of a chance. The thing about 1-day camps is you get 1 day and you just got to hope that you're playing your best soccer. Like you gotta be really locked in. You gotta take everything seriously. And I'm not saying you gotta do the different thing for ones that are 2 days or 3 days. But when it's 2 days or 3 days, you really do have let's say you make a mistake on the first day, or you don't have a good first day, you have the second day to really show what you're all about. But those ones that are 1 day, I mean, it's really just, you got one chance to prove it. So I think, which is why they're a lot better to get recruited at, because they get to really see what you are in 1 day. So
yeah, I've heard that.
But 2 days, sorry to interrupt you, but 2 days they could also see if you're consistent or if you're just inconsistent. So that's also like the difference there too.
Yeah. Would you say more people? I've heard that there are some camps that there's just so many people that come to those, and then other camps there's like fewer people who come.
I would rather go to a camp that has very few people in it.
Yeah.
One, because let's say you have an 11v11 game and there's like 120 kids. That's a lot of teams you gotta split up, and then not only that, I mean, you can only have 11 on the field at a time, so there's gonna be a lot of subs. So like if you go to a smaller camp or substitutes, So you're gonna have a lot when there's a lot less players.
Mm-hmm.
It's just you get a lot more to stand out. You get a lot
Yeah.
more time to stand out, and it's a lot more personal. Like you really get to talk to the coaches more. They really get to see you more. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. I like smaller camps for sure.
Now, one thing that we did when we went to Columbia, and this was last summer, is we went up a little earlier the day before so you could
See the
everything.
nightlife and stuff.
And then that particular camp was on a Sunday, but we didn't really hang around that long afterwards. So I think one benefit of a 2-day camp, or at least spending some
get it
extra
long.
time in the town, is that you kind of get to see what the college experience there feels like.
And that's Georgia Southern. I think was like 3 days.
Yeah, it
And
was
that
a
was
really
really
long
like
time.
that was kind of rough. I remember that one because
Yeah.
we had a nice hotel and everything, but I mean there really wasn't
There were a
the
lot-
soccer. There was that soccer game, but that was about it. Really,
It was a good camp. They also, they took you to a
Tormenta FC. Yeah, it was a semi-pro.
semi-pro team game, which was fun. And then you did get some time to spend around campus, but there were a lot of players there.
A lot of players.
A lot of
And it
players
was
there.
3 days, and it was just a lot.
Now so tell me about the follow-up to a camp. Like, what's important
Okay.
for recruiting?
Yeah, so they actually said this at the camp I was just at last weekend. If you really want to stand out, the best way to stand out is you email them before or contact them somehow beforehand. And then after the camp is over, you send them like a thank you email, and then just you got to stay in contact is really the huge thing. So like after the camp, you need to send thank you for seeing me. I hope you enjoyed the camp. Thank you for having me. Did you like what you saw? It's stuff like that. Just asking them questions, making sure that you're staying in contact is huge, especially after a camp. And especially if you're interested. Like, let's say you go into the camp and you go into and you're like, I want to make sure this school sees me. And then you find let's say another school goes there and you're like, oh, I really like that school. But you didn't contact them before. You want to make sure you go and contact them now, and you got to stay and continue to stay in contact. So I think that's really important.
Well, cool. Well, I'm really excited to follow you on this journey this year with your recruiting process. This is first time I'm ever, you're the baby, but your older two siblings didn't play college sports, so this will be kind of new for us both together, and really excited to hear how this weekend goes. And we're gonna update everybody on how we're communicating with coaches and like you just said, so that we can get our best chance, give them a heads up. So anything else you want to add about the recruiting process or this year?
I think that's about it. But I think another topic we can discuss next time is like the pro level, or like, is it better to play soccer at the collegiate level? Like you play your 4 years, however long you're in college, or is it better to just go straight to the professional level, which is something I've been thinking about recently.
Ooh.
If you should play collegiate, or if you should just, while you're in college, play professional, go find a professional club to try to play for instead.
I love that topic. Let's talk about that one next time.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thanks, y'all, for
Thank you.
listening, and we'll see you next
See you
time.
next time.